Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to Cars with Ben, and in today's video I'm going to talk to you about 5 of the best Ford RS cars ever made. Now, a lot of this footage is used from Creative Commons, so if you do like this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, let me know what I've missed. This is my 5 favourites of all time. Let's jump straight into it. Coming in at number 1, a more modern car out of the list. Now this is the 2016 Ford Focus RS, as I'm sure a lot of people are aware, and it's probably the car that a lot of people will know about. Now this is a car that was created for the road, so it wasn't initially a rally car, but can be of course used as a rally car in today's WRC and things like that. Now I've gone for this car because out of all the Focus RSs that have ever been made, this is probably my favourite. Just the styling of this RS and the fact that they just made it look so good on the initial Focus. The colours, of course, are so vibrant. And now I know this is an ST that you might be seeing, but this could be also tuned to an RS version. Just the fact it's blue, orange, green. This car kind of suits every single colour. What I love about that is that this Ford is probably the cheapest on the list. Now, admittedly, it is an RS, so they're still really expensive and I'll probably go up in value. But this car is sitting at around 25k at the moment if you are looking to get one. And because it's a Ford, it is very reliable and you're getting all the good stuff inside. Coming in at number 2, I have gone for a slightly older car now, and it will be getting older as we go. The RS200. Ford RS200, again, one of the probably the best RS car you could buy ever. Now, this car was made in 1984, specifically for the group rally that it was entering. It used a lot of the interior from the Sierra, you might notice, and Ford had to sell 200 of these road cars. So to get it to rally, it was sold in that quantity, and of course they did that, and now this car is worth £100,000. So it's a very expensive car to buy, and you're probably very unlikely to see one on the road. What I do love about it is it's very popular for being in Ken Block's videos, and it's so small that it reminds me of my MX-5, which has such a small interior, such a small cabin, that it probably feels a bit like that in a way. Now, of course, these are incredibly powerful beasts and have around 300 to 400 horsepower, I believe. So for a small car weighing that much, it is insane. But it obviously was only intended to beat a rally car. But I believe it is up there for the top 5 RS cars ever made. Now that interior is pretty basic, but to be honest, it doesn't matter. It's all about the driving experience for the RS200. And if you ever saw one, you're very lucky because they just don't come out anymore. I believe there's probably less than 200. I might be wrong, but if you want to comment down below, let me know. Coming in at number 3, it is the Ford Sierra RS Cosworth. Now, specifically the RS 500. Now, the Cosworth and the Sierra did mix in many ways, and they made several versions and facelifts over the years. But this one, I am specifically talking about the RS 500, which is the one you're seeing here. This one is absolutely epic, and as my dad used to own a Sierra, I can understand what the interior is like and what it used to drive like. I know obviously the Sierra Cosworth is nothing like it, but here you can see more of a basic Cosworth, not the RS 500, so you can kind of get an idea of the facelift versions that they came about. This is a bit more tame, but still a Cosworth nonetheless. Now the Cosworth came with an incredibly powerful engine, and in the 90s and 80s were very, very much stolen because of their looks and caused a lot of car theft and insurance increase. Now, just looking at that body, the flares, and the spoiler made this car just outrageous for its time when it was built. And to be honest, no one had seen anything quite like that. In the UK, it was considered a bit of an ASBO car. Coming in at number 4, I have gone for a Ford Escort RS. Yes, the Escort RS was not forgotten about in the making of this video. So, again, I'm not sure if I prefer this more than the Sierra Cosworth. Let me know what you think. But for me, it has that similar body flares, the spoiler, and the huge wheel arches and wheels, which look epic. Again, much like the Sierra and the RS200, the Escort is now worth anywhere from 50 to 70k from what I've seen. It could be more, depending on its age and mileage. But this one in particular is probably worth a lot of money, just because that body styling is so rare. Those crazy spoilers that you just don't see anymore, and all the flares that go with it. Now, of course, this one also went through a lot of facelifts, and it looked like this with sort of this specky lights and then sort of more of the straight lights. You could probably still see these. They are kind of common occasionally at Ford meets, but again, nonetheless, an awesome car. They are very reliable because they're Fords, but they have jam-packed that engine in with that turbo, so it does mean there's a lot more in the engine, and it's probably harder to get at in terms of reliability. So if anyone owns an RS, do let me know, and I will try and correct that myself on that. I think it's awesome that there's a mix between Cosworth and RS. I think they tried to blend the both too. Obviously, Cosworth being an out-of-house tuning company, but it works really well with Ford and that partnership. And it's a shame that they aren't sort of still using that partnership. With a lot of the RS cars, the interior is really basic, you might know, but again, doesn't really matter. It's all about the driving experience. Coming in for my last car, I've saved the best for last. It is the Escort Mexico. Now, a lot of these were made in variations, so I am going to specifically talk about the Mark 1 and the Mark 2. Now, the Escort Mexico is probably the oldest car on this list, and for good reason. It was created around the 70s, so it was a very small little car that everyone sort of bought. Now, over time, Ford realised that they could make this car a lot more cooler, do modifications, and enter it into rallies, which is exactly what they did. Now, unlike the RS200, the car was a road car first and then became a rally car. And as you can see, it went through stages of facelifts, and it looked really good in different colours, which is awesome. Now, in terms of estimated cost for this car, it's really hard to say because you can get a really cheap one for about 15 grand, but then you could spend about 100 grand on a really RS rally style version. So it's difficult to say, but still a lot of money for the average user and consumer. Now, I really love the Mexico specifically because you can make it look like this, and in white and black, two-tone looks fantastic. I absolutely credit to the owner because this is obviously only rally spec and for the road track. So you wouldn't use this every day, but this is why it's one of my favourites. So the Escort has to be up there for the top 5. And especially with those bucket seats, it does look awesome. Anyway, guys, let me know if this is your favourite top 5. Let me know if there's anything I've missed. I only want to keep it to 5. This is my personal opinion. If you do like my videos, leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'm Cars with Ben. I will see you in the next video.